Does anyone else think that 7 right now is completely busted and the best character in the game, and it feels like you can play him in 10 different ways, whether you build into Ultimate, you build into Power Surge? It feels like there's limitless ways to build this character, and it also feels like he's good from the first minute of the game to the last minute of the game, which is not how a carry character should be played at all. And I think this is a byproduct of the recent gun nerfs and the recent spirit buffs that have put 7, who has base 15 minus 15% spirit resist on his power surge. So having just spirit shred built into his kit while gun not being as good and spirit being a little bit stronger in this patch, it's really just shot him up to a point of the game where a power level, I should say, where it's not fun to play against no matter what point of the game it is, and it feels like his ultimate is just so ridiculous that even with the power surge too, like he has these two crazy abilities that just feel out of line. And I think hot take, I think 7 ultimate shouldn't even be in the game. I think this is a flawed ability that's very, very good in certain scenarios and very, very bad in other ones. Like if you're trying to get mid-boss and your team has 7, you have a huge, huge advantage, which necessarily I don't think is a problem to have certain characters that are better at taking mid-boss than others, but I just think the area denial that ability can get in for so long is kind of ridiculous, and like it also forces you to buy knockdowns, which also I don't think is a huge problem, but it's kind of the principle of the character. Like I win lane because I shove waves super hard with power surge every wave. You can't. Almost no one can match 7's shove, and if you've ever played against a good 7, you know exactly what I'm talking about, where they just press power surge every wave and they just shove, 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 shove. And it's something that I don't think is very fun to play against or very interactive to play against, because it forces the other laning opponents to have to buy monster rounds almost every game. It feels like, oh my god. I slept 11 hours last night too, which is crazy, but yeah, the power surge just feels like, here's what I think. I think you either get rid of the minus 15% spirit resist shred it has on it, and you make that either the last tier, or you just get rid of it completely. I think that it could definitely be added to the last tier, because when you think about it, I forget how much money Spirit Rend is, or how much resist it takes away, but it's a very similar item, and then 7 just gets it for 1 point. Like, if it was 5 points, yeah, I think that's a little bit more reasonable, but when that's your first point into the ability, oh my god. Sorry. When your first point into the ability is minus 15% Spirit resist, when you look at items like Bullet Resist Shredder, minus 12%. Hollow Point Ward is around minus 12, I believe, something like that. Weakening Headshot is minus 16%. All of these items give similar debuffs that you have to spend money for in a slot that aren't super upgradable. Some of them are upgradable, but for sake of argument, when there's a spirit meta, 7's always going to be hyper meta just because of how good his ultimate is and because of power surge and how well he farms. That's another thing I haven't even touched on, is he has probably the best farming in the game, maybe top 3. Like, it's hard to argue anyone's better at farming than him. There might be a good argument for other characters, maybe Shiv, I don't know. That's not what this video is about, though, so I'm not going to talk about that, but yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, he just pops his ultimate, I don't know, and then like whenever you have a 7 on your team, they don't use, once 7s start to realize, and people have gotten better at this game, they've realized if you just use 7 ult on objectives, like, you can't peek it. Like, what are you gonna do, peek it? Like, no, you can't just sit there and tank it, like, unless he's super behind. But if you're behind on 7, 100% your fault. Like, just go farm jungle. Like, oh my god. You're overcomplicating the game if you are getting behind on 7. But I'm going to wrap this video up just by saying, let me know in the comments what you think about 7. If you think he's too strong, too weak, which, let me know. I'm open to all opinions, but yeah, let me know what you think about 7. Let me know what you think about Spirit meta. I'll see you in the next one.